Yeah, we've got a few more things just to wrap up with, but there's very little to go, and then we'll just leave you with a couple of messages and a call to action. So we're going to cut over to this tab. So welcome. This is the new Circular Soft Plastics directory that is available for free to everyone who would like to use it. This is the landing page. So it has lots of information on here, what the directory provides. It has all of the numbers of products and categories and suppliers. For a bit of context, this was just from the showcase today. It has the value chain map and distribution by role, the procurement toolkit. So when the procurement tools will be available from the 8th of September, as it says here, come here and you can download them directly. You'll see here, this one is currently live, the business case template and calculator, but I would recommend that you use the pre-filled version of this from directly from the catalog that will bring in the product data directly into that you can download. And then of course this is just the methodology here, and yeah, all the methodology and assumptions are fully documented because we know how important that is. So let's have a look at the catalog. And this is very exciting because this is the first time that this is being publicly shown. There's lots, as I mentioned, so we have 84 products. We did pull a couple out just to make sure this is fully relevant to councils, but there's a lot of information on here. First things first. So if you want to search for a product, let's say you're looking for, let's say pavers. So there's a number of pavers that will come down. This will recognize fuzzy search terms as well. So if you're not totally sure, or maybe you might, misspell it or something, it will pick that up and give you the most relevant results. Also categories down below, so you can search more within that category. You can search directly by categories. As you can see, there's a lot of categories here. So a lot of products that are obviously categorized there to make them as relevant as possible. So these are all finished products at the moment, but there are a number of products I understand coming that are also parts. So let's say you wanted to replace a bin lid, for example, then those would also be available on the site. You can choose where is it made. Right now, pretty much everything is going to be made in New South Wales or Victoria. So yeah, most of those hopefully will continue to expand over time. And then verification. So if they're certified, self-declared, or in progress, it's all there. But really the best way to go is, let's say you wanted to look at a product, right? So there's the product image. There's a couple of different images available to have a look at. So some suppliers are able to, they were able to provide a price. So this one is available on request. So every supplier kind of has their own market conditions that they're working in, but you can contact the supplier to get an indicative quote. You can also, if you wanted to kind of go down, and you can see here the recycled content, of which soft plastics and are LDPE, 25%. I mean, that's a really great example here. Verifications and standards, performance testing, all of that stuff is here. And let's say you're like, wow, this is a fantastic product. I want to share it with, okay, well, that's just my personal email that comes up. But let's say I wanted to share it with Hal. So I put in Hal's email address, and I can put mine in optionally, and this will just automatically send an email with a link to the product to as many colleagues as you want. And the emails are sent through the platform, so you don't need to stuff around with your own email system. And next is, so we've already mentioned the contact supplier. And then next is the pool demand function. Now this is really exciting. So in this case, there already is a live pool going for this. This is just a demo that we set up for this purpose. But we have, it shows you here that Lake Macquarie has already put in pledged volume for 300 of these. Well done, Hal. And it basically shows you the progress bar, how many days are left until this pool closes. But let's say I'm going to be, I'm in Haltown, and I wanted to throw in, let's say, an extra 100 items. I can join the pool, and it will just automatically update right there, progress bar, the aggregated demand. And these are just little kind of volume milestones. So I want to emphasize that some suppliers are able to provide volume-based discounts and some are not. They're all dealing with very different market conditions. But I would say, like, across the board, the more aggregated demand that we're able to send a demand signal for, the easier it will be for suppliers to help meet you where you need to be. So again, that's not a guarantee, but I think as market dynamics work, the closer we can get to establishing economies of scale, the better it works for everyone, because the suppliers, the manufacturers also have a lot more assurance moving forward about what the demand is, so they can invest in any manufacturing or any supply chain issues that they need to help meet that increasing demand. So let's go back and find a product that does not have a demand pool. Let's use the bin fence enclosure. That might already have one as well, but let's just see. So we want to pool demand. So if the product that you select does not already have a live pool, then it will take you down here pre-filled with the product that you've chosen. So let's say I wanted, let's say we want 100 square meters. In Howtown, that's my council for today. And then I would start a pool. So that would then should be listed. There we go. It's automatically listed up at the top. So again, that will be available for everybody to join as they want to. So I'm going to, we were going to do a demand pool activity so everybody could kind of join in and do this, but unfortunately we're out of time. But everybody will be able to play with this and do whatever you want with it afterwards, because it is a free tool available to everyone. But I want to look at the business case calculator as well. So this is a really important one. So this is pre-populated with demo data. So you would basically just put in, let's say your City of Legends, that will automatically update. And then if you selected a paver for this, then that will pre-populate all of the environmental impact data that is automatically calculated through the emissions factors and other data that's provided by suppliers, as well as what we've pulled from New South Wales EPA sources. It will then allow you to calculate a whole of life across the whole, comparison and analysis period, right? So you can compare it against the concrete permeable paver or the recycled permeable paver and see, how they kind of net out over time in terms of cost and savings over the horizon. It also will give you, it lays out the emissions factors and all that, very, very transparent. And then if you want, you can download the business case as a PDF if you're happy with it, or the spreadsheet that has all of the equations and all that built into it. So if you need to make some further adjustments internally, then you can do that. All of the assumptions here are documented, and there's a specific page here that shows you the full calculation methodology. So again, this was just indicative as a demo for today. But once you start having a play with it, really in about 15 minutes, all of this is going to be reset and new. So yeah, jump into it and have fun. So that's basically it. Now we've just got a few final things to go over before we release you back into your daily lives. So how the directory was populated, there was a process for this. We ran the council expression of interest and invited councils and suppliers to take part. And then we had a request for information. So thank you to all the councils and suppliers that provided data through that. Fantastic. We could absolutely not have done this without you. And so all that information that the suppliers provided was then seeded, is kind of cleaned up a bit and then seeded directly into the directory. So that's what you see it live in the catalog now. Okay, we've already done that. So this is just how the demand pool works. You initiate a pool, you pledge a particular volume, you can see it grow as other councils join. You can request pricing once the demand pool closes. You can request a quote from the suppliers, and then the idea is you can take that quote with you and take it into your own procurement process as an indicative quote. One thing worth noting is this only works if councils are using it. So when you go to the directory, you will be asked to, you can view the catalog and all the products and suppliers freely, but once you start using the tools, sharing, demand pool, those sorts of things, it will ask you to register. So there will be some T's and C's and a bit of disclaimer that will come up. Very, very simple. You just read through those. There's nothing fancy in there. It's just like basically says what the directory is and what it isn't. And then you just tick that box, and then you put in your information, your name, title, council name, email. That's it. You will not receive any emails from the directory. There's no cost, no obligation, no commitment. And that will basically enable the system to send out a weekly summary of the demand pools that have opened that week that will be available for you to join. So you get that, you just click the link straight from your email. You can also come back to the directory as often as you'd like. We'll probably build a little notification table so that when you come to it, it will show what the demand opportunities are that are live, which should be a useful tool. And okay, so we've had a few things here that have gone kind of crazy with the styling and the layout when bringing this into Google Slides. So apologies for this, and also to the suppliers who you shared your decks and things didn't convert all that well. But we'll fix this because we'll send out the deck afterwards. So the one thing I want to leave you with is this only works if we all use it. It's free with no commitment. So go to the directory, register for it, and use it as much as you want. You can have a play with it and share products among your colleagues. So what this box was trying to say, who to bring in, the idea is to share it, because we know that in councils, decisions are rarely made by one person alone. It's often a collaborative effort. There's multiple decision makers. So this is designed for that. If you are in waste or sustainability and you want to share it with assets and infrastructure, or civil and roads, parks, procurement, whatever, finance, then there's a way to do that through the share tool in there. Just pop their emails in and off it goes, and you're all viewing the same information. It's really important to do that and just bring everybody in to help give them a sense of ownership from the beginning, and so they're aware of what products are available. And just how far the technology has come to enable decision making and to give you the information you need to make decisions. Finally, I just wanted to give one final thank you to Lake Macquarie City Council. Hal, thank you for your leadership in this area. Very, very inspiring stuff. And to Sam at Circular Economy Living Lab. Likewise, it's just been phenomenal to work with you guys to bring this incredible tool to life. So next steps, you will receive a very, very short survey link by email with the deck, also a link to the recording. So the survey is very, very short, only a few questions, just to kind of gauge demand and how you see yourself using the directory. Also for any councils that really see themselves as in a position to maybe lead a multi-council procurement. So there's a number of councils and ROCs and JOs that already do that. But this could be a chance for you just to kind of put your hand up and say, look, yeah, I think there's a potential for us to do that. Doesn't commit you to anything. It will just kind of help us understand where are some of the councils that could help drive this in the next steps. And then, of course, in there, you will receive a link that invites you to register for the directory. Again, no commitment, just helps you get involved and streamlines the process. So that is it.
Thank you so much, Justin, and thank you everyone who stuck with us. Also, just want to say, amazing work, Justin. You brought a lot of passion and in kind, let's say, hours, blood, sweat, tears into it. So yeah, look forward to see how this momentum carries, and there's more coming, I think, in this space with regards to the directory and its future and its accessibility, so that it can grow and evolve and be a tool that can carry us for a little while to push this along. So yeah, thank you everyone, and yeah, please fill in the surveys when you receive them. Have a play with the directory, and yeah, we'll share some resources as we move it. Thank you.
Thank you.